All right, everybody, welcome. My name is Mike Colosi. Obviously, I'm president of Salon and Spa Marketing Toolkit. Today, here with me in our office, they're going to help facilitate this webinar on websites and social media, are Mark Colosi and John Kelly. I will introduce those guys a little bit later, and they will share great information with you. A few helpful tips for getting this most out of this webinar. Make sure you're in a quiet room with your computer. Turn the volume up and try to not have any distractions at all by others, because this is really detailed information that we want to make sure that you get. Turn the cell phone off, lock the door, put a do not disturb sign on it, whatever you have to do to give us your full attention today. Don't multitask, obviously, because this is for your benefit. We'll be taking a 5-minute break every so often. We're going to go to right about up till 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 3 hours from today. So when we take those 5-minute breaks, we'll tell you what time we're going to restart up. Make sure that you get back on time, because you do not want to miss a single minute of this presentation today. If connection is lost, just simply log back on. If you see on our end that there's an issue with if the screen is frozen, just hold on. Don't go anywhere. Just stay where you are. If you've totally lost connection on your end, just re-enter the webinar. Go back to your email, click on that link, and re-enter the webinar. How and why this event came about? Well, years ago, when we first got started with Salon and Spa Marketing Toolkit, we were getting a lot of requests from our members to take a look at their websites, and because they weren't generating any clients for them. And we found out that websites were really basically, at that point in time for our industry and many other industries, just business cards on steroids. They weren't built with a marketing formula that would convert the visitor to the website into a client at the highest possible percentage. So after a while, we dove in and we found a lot of things wrong with it, and we started fixing websites and making websites for our members, and we decided to share that formula and put a presentation together for our members. So that's why you're here today. Basically, in the past, you might have a website that looks great, has been online for years, but doesn't generate new clients at the highest level possible. So that's what today's event is all about: websites and social media, and how to integrate the two of them to actually generate new clients for you. So buckle up, get focused, do not miss a single minute. At the end of this presentation, we're going to share a resource with you to get a website if you'd like to. We're gonna present that to you, but we're gonna also present some valuable information for you, so you have some choices to make. So buckle up, let's rock and roll, and let's get right into how to create a website with social media integration that will drive pre-qualified, pre-motivated, high-profit clients to you day and night automatically. I'd like to introduce my brother Mark, my older brother Mark. Mark graduated from SUNY Geneseo in 1981 with a management science degree concentrating in marketing. He then worked in the telecommunications industry, first as a salesperson, working all his way up to VP of marketing. In 1988, he left the telecommunications industry and co-founded and became president of Eagle Research, which performed time management and productivity training for corporations large and small. In 1993, he sold his interest and founded a business training company called The Wealth Factory. Their primary focus was helping small businesses with their marketing, which he ran for the next 9 years until he sold it in 2002. He then retired at the ripe old age of 45, and after 5 years of being bored, as he tells me, he joined me to help salon and spa owners like you. So it's my pleasure to introduce my marketing genius brother Mark. He's going to take over for a few minutes here. Mark, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Mike. We're shaking hands right now. All right, say, yep, good deal. Hey, everybody. Glad to be here to share some great information with you on this beautiful Monday morning in the beginning, 1st of December. What I'm going to cover is more of some general information that you really need to know, and it's kind of the foundation behind everything we do with the websites to get them to make people do the ultimate thing, which is to pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. So that's the main goal of the websites that we're talking about here today. So great marketing, no matter the medium, is great. And I'm going to get into that in a lot of detail right here. So what's the difference between image advertising and direct response advertising? Image advertising you see all the time when you watch TV. You know, if you watch the Super Bowl, you see those ads where what they're trying to do there is to try to capture that little space in your mind for their product or service. For example, you see the Budweiser commercial. Well, you have in your mind, if you drink beer, the kind of beer you like. You know, is it Budweiser? Is it Michelob? Is it Heineken? Well, with that kind of advertising, they're trying to capture that little space in your mind, the beer category, so that the next time you're in a store, that image pops up in your head and you purchase their product. Like cellular service, you're either using Verizon, AT&T, or Sprint for the most part, the big three. When those companies advertise, they try to get that little space in your mind so that when you're shopping for that product or service that you're going to choose theirs. On the flip side, direct response advertising is any advertising that gets you to take a response directly. So let's say you look at a newspaper, there's a coupon in there, and you cut that coupon out and you bring it into the store. That's direct response advertising. In the salon industry, we teach our members all about using emotional direct response advertising because it's really the only way that works for the salon industry, because you don't have the amount of money and the time it takes for image advertising to actually work. So an example I like to use here is if you walked up to the ocean with a 5-gallon pail of water and poured that water into the ocean, hoping to see the level of the ocean rise, you wouldn't. It would take millions, maybe even billions of 5 gallons of pails of water to pour into the ocean to see the ocean rise. So that's just like image advertising. You have to keep doing it over and over and over, and the people have to see it over and over and over, and then it starts to work for you. Unfortunately, as salon owners, we don't have the pockets deep enough in the amount of times it takes for image advertising to actually work. So we're all about direct response advertising. So what makes it get the outstanding results? It's because if built properly, if we use the formula that we so commonly talk about, there's psychological and emotional triggers in that advertising to get people to respond. And we're all hardwired to respond to certain things. Similar to we're hardwired for our sex drive, we're also hardwired to respond to certain words and the way they're positioned, and all those things. And we're going to get into that here in a second. So this is the formula, if you will, to get people to respond to you in direct response advertising. And I'm going to go over each one of these and just get into them a little bit. So the first one is the headline. It grabs attention, it increases the response, and it really draws people into the marketing message. So an example of that is when you're standing in line at the grocery store and you see those magazines looking at you when you're standing there waiting. Copywriters, those magazines pay copywriters big money to write compelling headlines because they know if that cover does not entice someone to pick up that magazine and start thumbing through it, they're never going to sell magazines. So the headline is very important because it draws person in to see the copy. If you can't draw them in, you're dead in the water. Okay? So the most powerful words to use in a headline are how to, free, new, you, yes, guarantee, and secret. This hasn't really changed in the last 50 years. These work as well now as they do as they did 50 years ago. And you see these used a lot, you might think to yourself, these are overused, but they're not. They still work. So here's some examples. You get our best service ever, or it's free. A lot of our members use this in a lot of their advertising and even on their website. It's the first thing someone sees. How a new discovery made a plain girl beautiful. Beauty expert proves 2 out of 3 women can have more beautiful hair in 7 days. New shampoo leaves your hair smoother, easier to manage, or it's free. Everywhere, women are raving about this amazing new salon. Do you do any of these 7 embarrassing things with your hair? All these things drive in or get people's attention so that they can read your marketing message. If you can't get them in, they're never going to read your message and you've lost them. Okay. The second thing is testimonials. Because what others say about you is definitely more believable than what you could ever possibly say about yourself. Would you be more likely to try a new restaurant if your neighbor told you about it, told you how wonderful it was, or if you saw an ad in the newspaper for it? Of course, you'd be more likely to try it if your neighbor couldn't stop bragging about it. Because when you see an ad in the newspaper, you know it's just that. Someone's trying to sell you something. When a third party tells you about something, you're more likely to believe it because they have nothing to gain. So how many testimonials you should use? Use as many as you can. You can never have too many. We have a professional speaker friend who is now he's a well-known national public speaker. And for years, the only thing he ever did to get new clients was when someone requested information from him, he would simply get a box and he'd put in it over 200 letters from people that he spoke with, and then a cover letter. And the cover letter just basically said, "Thank you for contacting me. Please see the enclosed letters from clients to learn more about me." And these letters, were from all different kinds of companies and organizations telling how great of a job he did, and that sold his services for that. He didn't get on the phone and brag about himself and tell how great he was and blah 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 blah, because nobody would believe it anyway. He let his clients sell for him. Word of mouth marketing. Okay, what if you don't have any testimonials currently? In other words, you never knew the importance of them and you don't have any now. First, you talk to your clients who you know just love you. And like most salons, the 80-20 rule applies, and that is 20% of your clients probably love you and will say great things about you. So you go to those people and you ask them for a testimonial, but you don't leave it up to them to write it from scratch, because they have busy lives. They don't know how to write in a compelling reason or a compelling fashion, and they're going to keep putting it off. And you're really asking them to do something out of their comfort zone. So, like I said, they don't know how to write it, and they can't do it properly anyway. So you ask them to fill out this form. And this form is on Member Central, and it's basically a testimonial form. Your words are worth their weight in gold. You hand this to them after they, you don't do it the first time to a brand new client, but when they've been with you for a little while, when they're more comfortable with you, you ask them to fill this form out. And then you take that form and you craft the testimonial. So you have all the information in there to write it properly, and then you start building up your book of testimonials. So what should your testimonial say? You want to have, if you can, a testimonial for each benefit. And what I mean by that is if someone's coming to your salon for, let's say, hair color, they want to be able to see a testimonial about hair color. Or if they're coming in for a Brazilian blowout, they'd want to see a testimonial about that. So get as many as you can with all the different services that you offer, so that when they're flipping through this, they recognize something for the specific service they're going after, and they start to feel more comfortable. And the more detailed, the more believable, and that's what that form does for you. It really makes you, not just Jane did a great job on my hair. That form asks for some detailed information, and then that information you can use in the testimonial to make it more detailed. And then give the person's name and their occupation and their city. Get as much of that as you can on there, because if you have testimonials that just say John, J. Doe, people aren't going to believe it, but they will believe a real name, where they live, and what their occupation is. Okay. So what should you do with your testimonials? You can have a book of them in your salon. You can definitely put them on your website, and you put them on all your marketing pieces. So you let your clients sell for you, and you let your clients tell how great you are. You can even put them in your newsletter. All these things help you and build your credibility, and because in order for someone to do business with you, they first have to trust you. And because they don't know you, they can't trust you yet, but they can trust a third party saying good things about you. So it helps cross that bridge a lot easier for you. All right, the next thing on the list is an irresistible offer. No matter how rich or how poor somebody is, they want to feel like they're getting something special. And the best way to make someone respond is to give them something for free as a trial. That's why in the new mover letters we recommend that you offer a free haircut, because that gets someone, it reverses the risk of someone doing business with you and allows them to try your services without any risk. And we know it's good and we know it works because the LTV of a client is going to be at least $5,000, and it can be up near $20,000 depending on what you spend for what you charge for your services. So do these kinds of things. The next thing is a deadline, because unless you motivate people to respond now, most of them never will, because people are natural procrastinators. They have a lot of things going on in their lives, and they might intend to do something, but then they put it off and then they forget about it. So you got to get them to take action. And what we mean by that is, and John and Mike are going to show you some examples that you can use this strategy in your website. Is call for your appointment before this date. You don't have to use the services before this date, but call for your appointment before this date for this offer. Okay, we'll get more into that a little bit later. And never give them more than 2 weeks, because if you stretch it out too long, they're going to say to themselves, well, I'll get to that next week, and they never do. What's in it for me? Every single person, when faced with a buying decision, have a little radio station going on in their head called WIIFM, and you got to quickly and clearly communicate with them what's in it for them, or you're going to lose them. Because people, like it or not, we're hardwired to be selfish, and we want to know as quick as possible, what will this do for me? Not what's this going to do for the salon. That's why a lot of salon owners, we've noticed in their advertising, have the name of their salon as the theme, or as the focal point of an ad, which is not good at all, because that doesn't do anything for the person, especially if they don't know you. So what's in it for them? Okay, that's what a headline does. It tells them what's in it for me right away. The clients, you know, they really only want to know that one thing. What's in it for me? And the quicker you give it to them, the better. One objective in all your advertising. Now, we see advertising all the time that's got so many things going on in it. We see websites all the time, so many things going on that the person doesn't understand, doesn't get what they need to do next. And a confused mind shuts down. So that's why good direct response marketing, which we're talking about here, only has one objective. Now, it might have many steps, which we call multi-step direct response marketing, but each step only has one objective. Okay, so the objective of your website is to get them to call for an appointment, so you can get a client. Okay. The next one is to have a big, bold, solid guarantee. Now, most of you probably already have bought into this, I hope, because you're a member of the program. But the better the guarantee you have, the more people are going to buy. Because what you're doing is you're reversing the risk of doing business with you. Because like I said before, in order for people to do business with you, they have to trust you. And a big, bold, solid guarantee reverses the risk because they can't trust you because they don't know you. So you have to have a way to reverse that risk. So this is a guarantee that you know, most of our members are using this verbatim or a little variation of it. As the owner, we want our clients to be super pleased, in fact, absolutely delighted with everything we do. So all of our work comes with our ironclad, risk-free guarantee. What does this mean? Simply this. If you aren't happy with our work, we'll touch it up for free. If you're still not thrilled, you can have your money back. No questions asked, no hard feelings. It's your choice. We stand behind our work 100%. If you ever have any questions or concerns about our work, please call us right away. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, I can't afford to do that. I'll get people calling me all the time to do corrective work. If I do that, everyone will want their money back and rip me off. This is a natural reaction, but it's completely untrue. Is it bold? Yes. Is it strong? Yes. Is it risky? Not at all. Think about it this way. Your guarantee takes all the risk out of doing business with you. When you have such a strong guarantee, people know you're completely confident in your work, and they'll develop trust with you. Okay, one other thing about this, you know, we have members that have been using this guarantee now for years and years, and a lot of them have actually put it on their website. And they ask new clients when they come in, you know, you found me online. Why did you use me? Why did you decide to come and use my services versus everybody else? I said, well, when I was surfing around looking for a salon in my area, I came upon your website and it had that guarantee on it, and none of the other ones did. So this stuff works, and you know, one of the reasons it works is you're very different than everybody else. You know, they don't have guarantees. They're afraid. They don't understand. But a guarantee, again, will make you more money than it costs you. We've proven it. The facts are already in. We've been doing this for years and years. All right, the next thing is to tell your story. Okay? It adds credibility. People want to know why you're making a specific offer. So, for example, if you're handing out gift cards as one of your strategies to get new clients, you can tell your clients why you're doing it. I would rather use this grassroots approach and give my clients the benefit of a referral fee than pay some faceless corporation or some yellow page company or some TV station or radio station who, you know, I don't know. And that's why I'm making you this offer. There you go. Got ahead of myself a little bit. Okay, this is a big one. Compelling reasons. You have to tell your clients how you're unique, different, and outstanding compared to your competition. You can't leave it up to them to figure it out and connect the dots. you have to tell them what makes you authentic, unparalleled, and superior, which allows you to demand and happily get premium prices. How do you do that? Well, you do that on your website, you do that in all your marketing materials, you do that in your newsletter, you do that in your consumer awareness guides. You got to keep educating what makes you different, because if they don't understand what makes you different and better and why you're charging, and that allows you to demand and happily get premium prices, they're going to compare you on the only thing that they can compare you on, and that is price. And you don't want that, because that's a downward spiral. Because if you can't charge people a good amount of money, then the value of the services, you got to keep skimping on them, and you're not providing the value that you should. Okay. All right. The next thing is follow-up. Now, you need to stay in contact with your clients and your prospects, and people don't buy or switch to you when you want them to. They do it when they're ready. So in other words, someone may come to your website, as an example, because they're looking for, they're not quite happy where they are, but they're not ready to switch yet. But they're looking for another salon to go to. And then something happens. It was the last straw, if you will, where they are now, and they want to switch. Well, if you're the one that keeps following up with them, automatically, and Mike and John are going to show you how to do this easily, they're going to choose you, because no one else is doing it. And you're doing it, and it's an automatic way to keep those people in the loop, so that when they're ready to switch, they're going to choose you. All right, so those were the keys, the key formula in direct response marketing for people to pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. Now, the more of these you use, the higher your response rate's going to be. That means that more people are going to pick up the phone and call you. The less of these you use, then your response rate starts dropping. So if you look at most advertising salon and spa business owners do now, they don't really have any of these. Their websites are void of a lot of these. So that's why, if you have a website now, don't beat yourself up about it, that it's not generating clients for you. It can be fixed, and it can be have these elements in it to make you to make a high percentage of people that come to that site actually pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. All right, so that sums up part one. I'll go right into part two real quick, and then we can open it up for questions. Okay, Mike?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. This is a short part, but it's very critically important, and that's understanding why you must have a direct response-driven website for your salon or spa. Right now, the traditional media is on a drastic decline. You know, Yellow Pages. Why would someone want to go to the Yellow Pages when they can go to their phone, their mobile device, and they can get it faster and easier? Plus, in a lot of counties in the United States, you have to request the Yellow Page book now, which means they're not going to deliver it to you because of the green movement. You got to call them up and ask them to deliver it to you, and then you have it. And all this equals fewer eyeballs seeing your ad, which is a lower response. Newspapers, same thing. There's online news. Readership is way down. Newspapers are struggling. They're on the verge of going out of business. Because there's fewer people seeing the ads, there's going to be a lower response. Same thing with TV. There's so much diversity now. There's hundreds of stations, DVR, Netflix, and others. So, you know, when I grew up, there was 3 stations, 8, 10, 13, and that was it. Now there's hundreds and hundreds, and then there's computers and all these satellites and all this other stuff. So there's fewer eyeballs, which again, needs a lower response. Same thing with radio, iPods, MP3, satellite, Pandora, and others. Fewer eyeballs, lower response. I want to remind you though, you know, this specific webinar is on websites, but the scariest number in business is 1. That is, We don't want you to just rely on your website for clients. We want to use all the strategies in the marketing toolkit, because if one strategy suddenly declines on you, you're still going to be okay because you have other ways of getting new clients in the door. So a smart salon owner has multiple ways to get clients, because in the event something stops, one stops working, they're still going to be fine. Okay? So what, if you were to dissect a sale, and a sale for you is someone picking up the phone and calling you for an appointment, this is the formula. It's the right message to the right market at the right time. Now, you can have the right message to the wrong market at the right time, and you will not get someone to call you for an appointment. You could have the right message to the right market, but the timing is not right, and you're not going to make a sale. And that could be someone comes to your website and they love it, the message is right, they're your ideal client, but they still have not decided to leave where they are now, so it's not the right time. So when someone lands on your website and it's the right message in the right market at the right time, that's when they pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. If any of these is off kilter, if any of these isn't on, they're not going to pick up the phone and call you. So, what are the media delivery systems? There's, there's smartphones, there's PCs, there's iPads. You've got to start using the technology that your clients want. You've got to start communicating with people the way they want to be communicated to, or you're going to lose them. For example, before the internet, there was fax machines. It's the way you communicated with a lot of people. And if a business didn't have a fax machine, they were at a disadvantage, because some people wouldn't communicate. Some people wouldn't do business with them. They couldn't fax their order in, or they couldn't communicate by fax. So you got to be on the edge of what your clients want and what they're using. So what do we mean when we say a direct response website? We mean it's not image. It gets people to take action, and you'll know how many new clients you get from it each month. Our clients know how many are members that have taken our advice and done the things that Mike and John are going to show you here. They can predict how many new clients they're going to get every month from their website. All right, this is a big one, because this is probably the biggest distinction between offline marketing and online marketing. When you do offline marketing, let's say you're going to put an ad in a newspaper, or you're going to run a radio commercial, or you're going to run a TV commercial. A big part of that advertisement's job is to find a person that meets your criteria. In other words, your market, your message at the right time. So if you ran an ad in the newspaper, for example, 95% or more of the people that actually see your ad would never respond to it, because it's not the right message, it's not the right market, it's not the right time. On the flip side, online marketing, when you have a website that's direct response driven, and it gets people to pick up the phone and call you for an appointment. These are the things that John and Mike are going to be showing you here a little bit later. You've completely flipped everything on its side, because if people are out there, when they go online, in most cases, they already have the need or the want. They're looking for you. And if you provide them with a website that is compelling and gets them to pick up the phone and call you, and has all the things in it that I just talked about, which these guys are going to elaborate more on in a few minutes, you have a high probability they're going to pick up the phone and call you versus doing nothing or calling your competitors. So the tables have turned, and there's no going back. You survived until now without dominating your marketing online, but can you survive in the future? Questions, anybody?
Yep, we got a few that have already come in.
Okay.
Christy just says, and she's got a question. She says, about 3 years ago, I paid over $4,000 for a website that I don't think is driving in any clients at all. What do you guys recommend I do?
Hey, Christy. Well, number one, don't beat yourself up about it. You did the best you could. We very rarely come across a salon owner that, before they get involved in our program, had a website that actually worked at getting them new clients. So you're not alone. The best thing you're doing right now is you're on this webinar because you're learning the real truth behind what it takes to get a website to get people to call you for an appointment. So stay tuned. Mike and John are going to cover what you should be doing, and they're going to give you some resources to get this fixed and turned around really quick.
Okay, so Allie and Denise both have this question. They're independent stylists, and they're wondering if they really need a website.
Well, you do, because if you're interested in getting new clients, that's how people are going to find you on the internet. If you don't have a website, they're going to go to your competitors. So the answer is yes. Now, you don't have to have some big multi-page website, but you do need a presence, and it does need to be direct response driven, like John and Mike are going to be covering here in a minute.
A lot of people are typing in as well, I need help building a website.
Just hang tough or hang tight, sorry. They're going to give you some resources to get this done really quickly and affordably.
All right, great. That's it. Why don't we?
Okay.
Yep. Next up is going to be John Kelly. We're going to take a break first, but hold on for 1 second. John's going to show you what goes on behind the scenes of a website, what needs to be in place to get found on the internet, and then after that, I'm going to show you what a website, what a direct response website that we have built with a specific formula actually looks like. So let's take a 5-minute break. Let's make it a 7-minute break. It's 9:39 Eastern Standard Time. Let's get back here at 9:45. That gets you 6 minutes to stretch and run to the restroom if you need to. So 6 minutes. We'll be back here at 9:45.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Mark. Great job. Okay, guys, hope everybody's back. We're going to roll on because we've got a lot of information to cover. Once again, we're getting a lot of messages coming in already asking what they can do with their current website, or where can they have a website built. We're going to share our resource with you at the end of this presentation, and you will have choices to make how you want to move forward. It's going to be, so make sure you stay till the very end. It's going to be very surprising and shocking to you how you can get this all done for yourself. So hang tight, watch till the very end. Next up, like I said, this next guy is responsible for building literally hundreds of our members' websites, and he's been with us now for 5+ years. He understands what needs to happen behind the scenes for a website to be found online by your local community. He's going to share that all with you. He's a highly sought after search engine optimizer, business owner for over 20 years. His focus is always on how to get found by the big three and the current requirements there are to be found by the big three, which he'll go into. And that's Google, YouTube, and Facebook. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce John Kelly to you all. John, take it away.
Thanks, Mikey. Hi, everybody. Okay, just a little bit about me and about the program here. As Mike and Mark had talked about, there's a lot going on with websites, but I want you to know that I need your full undivided attention here. I'm going to give you a lot of information about some of the mechanics, but I'm going to try to keep it all as non-tech, as simple as possible as I can, okay? I promise. I'll do my very best. I'm a geek by nature, and I do love this stuff. I eat, breathe, and sleep on this stuff, and it's because I enjoy it. But the fact is I know that this is probably not your thing. You just want to know, how do I make it work for me? So that's what I'm going to do my very best to do for you. And with that, what I want to do is just get right into this, okay, to get you going. So now, I heard a question earlier about what if I'm a stylist, okay? Well, yeah, I mean, regardless of whether you're a salon owner or you're a stylist, that's just a booth renter or something, by all means, please pay attention here, because this does apply to you, okay? And I just wanted to expand on what Mark was saying, because, see, being a stylist, too, means that you're a brand. Okay, so you're actually you're a DBA. You're doing business as you, and whether you're incorporated or not, fact is you are a brand, and you can brand yourself on the internet. And you have a place. You need to have a home base online, just like you have a home that you live in physically, or a place that you work in physically. You need to have a virtual location on the internet, and that's what a website is all about. Now, what I'm also going to show all of you is how not just your website is the most important thing, it's also how you have other accounts that connect to your website, that tie everything in together. That's what social media, that's what that part's going to be all about. And we're going to come to that later. That's coming up. So keep in mind that everything here that I'm talking about encircles one main thing, and that's the home base of the internet. That's your website. So your website is the place that gives you what's called trust and authority. It gives you a brand. It gives people a place to research. But more importantly, this is important, more importantly, it gives the search engines a place to go and locate you and centralize everything online that it finds about you, okay? So it's kind of a tough concept there to understand, but let's put it this way. Without a website, any business or anybody trying to do any kind of a business at all without a website anymore is a loss. It truly is. Okay, so let's get into this. All right, search engine optimization. What is that all about? Well, it's simply what it says. I'm going to optimize your website presence, okay, your internet search presence. So one of the search engines I talk about the most is Google. And with Google, there's also Bing and there's Yahoo, okay, and all the other search engines that are out there all use the database of Google, Bing, and Yahoo. Okay, so we don't have to worry about all those others. So the big three there, Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Google being the largest lion's share holder for sure. Now, let's put it this way: whatever Google does, Yahoo and Bing follow. Okay, so if we get you going in Google properly, guess what? The other ones are a piece of cake. So that's what you're going to hear me talk about the most. So with Google, if I'm going to optimize a website, the very first thing we want to start talking about is keywords. Okay, so when it says here, what is search engine optimization? Well, it is the process of improving the volume or quality of traffic to a website from search engines via natural or unpaid, which are what I'm going to say is organic search results. Okay, so I guess that leads to another question. What's a search result? You say, well, I know what that is. Okay, so here's kind of an old slide, but a goodie. But what it does is it clearly breaks down the first page of a search result. Now, if we take a look up top there where it says Google on the top left, just to the right of it is the search window. That's where you type in your search. So think about what it is that you're typing. Well, whenever you're using a search engine, you're asking a question, basically, and you're typing in what are called keywords. So here's one of our members, Amber Luke, and she's in Stoughton, Wisconsin, and she has a hair salon, so it makes sense that the words that we're using for her website are hair salons in Stoughton, Wisconsin. Okay, so when we look at the search terms here, let's take a look at what happened as a result. Well, we can see kind of like almost like a peach background on the top two there. That's what we call pay-per-click search engine results. Okay, that's people that have paid. Every time somebody clicks on one of those, they have to pay through the nose for one of those clicks, whether they get business from it or not. Okay, and then down below that, you can see down below the red circle there, you can see what are now called the organic and the local search results. And over the past 2 years, the local search results have become more and more dominant in the search results because, well, here's the thing. Wherever you log in from any computer anywhere, whether it's your cell phone, your iPad, your laptop, whatever, did you know the search engines know exactly where you are? Not necessarily by GPS, but they know by what's called an IP address. That's the address that's used through your internet provider, and it gives a physical location of whereabouts you are. So with that information, the search engine says, oh, you're in this area. Okay, let me deliver the local results for just your area first. Even if you didn't ask for it, it's going to do it. Okay, so that's where the local results come up. You can see the ABC in the map over there to the right, and down there in the middle, you can see where Amber is coming up in the search results there. Now you can see a picture of Amber too. That's something that we set up for her by giving her what's called verifying her listing with Google. Now they don't do the picture anymore. Google dropped that a little while ago, so this slide's a little bit old. But fact remains is that even if they don't do the picture, everything else still applies to get the person in that position. You can see that she's position A for her search term for hair salons in Stoughton, Wisconsin, and it even brings up the map. So, and with that, you can see she already has 3 Google reviews. And, you know, one of the most important things is getting those stars. So we'll talk a little bit more about that too. So we have paid ads, we have organic search results, and then we have local results. So the organic and the local are both free. They are given to you by the search engines for free. And Yahoo and Bing do the same thing too, by the way. They also have maps, they also have local results. They also have paid ads. They also have organic ads, or organic results. Now, if you take a look, going down the page a little bit, you'll see that there's a mixture of organic, which are free results, and local results. By the way, most of you are saying, well, why are we even bothering with everything that's down below there under that big red circle? Well, let me ask you a question. How many times do you click on one of those paid ads up top? Think about it. Probably not that often, because the average user, and this is not something that's just coming out of my head, this is actual statistics, okay? The average user of a search engine will scan the page first to find what they're searching for. Okay, they'll scan the whole front page. So being in the top 2 isn't always the greatest place to be, just so you know. Okay, but we do want to be on page 1. That's important. Okay, page 1 only gives you up to 10 search results. Now, with that, we can see that the top few search results there, if I start scanning down, it's very easy to pick out, you know, different hair salons in Stoughton. But less than 30% of searchers ever click on the paid ads. Do you realize that? Think about yourself. Again, when you go to use the search results, do you really click on them? You know, those paid ads also appear on the right-hand side and at the bottom sometimes too. The reality is they are biased. Okay, these are people that paid to get that placement, and oftentimes you've learned that when you click through to them, you're not getting what it was that you're really looking for anyway. Okay, people are banking on the fact that you're going to use that search term and that you're going to go there and click on that ad. So that leaves the other 70+ percent, the 70+ % of people that are actually using the organic results. Okay, so that's why it's so important that we optimize your website to get in that place. Okay, so we just talked about that again. The types of search results: organic versus local versus paid. And I'm going to quickly move right on through that because we just covered it all. All right, but what we want to be is in the organic and the local results, and that's the stuff that we're going to talk about here. Now, keep in mind, again, I just want to reiterate this, okay? Some of the stuff here I'm talking about is going to be a little technical, but I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible. And I'm going to actually show you the things that we do to make these websites actually appear. Okay, we're giving you everything that we have here, okay, but we're going to do it quickly. All right. Now, you're saying, well, how am I going to digest all this? Don't worry about that. I just want your attention to understand the concepts. We are going to show you the resources at the end of this webinar, so please don't panic if you're not getting this, okay? I just need your attention for right now. All right, so how do I optimize my website? Well, again, we're going to show you, but let me just tell you what we do. First thing we do is we need to know what keywords to use, what you do, and where you do it. They're the most critical things that we need. Okay? So if you're a hair salon, if you're a stylist, if you're a colorist, if you're a spa, if you do manicures and pedicures purely, then these are the keywords that we want to make sure that we get on your website. So whatever your money is, whatever your money word is, that's the stuff that we want to make sure that we get you optimized for. Okay, the next bullet point there says start with the website title. I love this one. What is if you currently have a website, what is your website title? In other words, that little tab that pops up at the top of the search engine or in the search results, chances are it probably says welcome, or it says your business name, or it says home page. Okay, one of the biggest basic SEO mistakes ever. Okay, yet you'll find more than 90% of websites online still make that mistake. Even to this day, that's still a big problem. Okay, why does that happen? Well, because there are so many web designers out there. There are literally hundreds of thousands of web designers, whether it's your neighbor's kid or a professional you pay 10 grand to do. The fact remains is that this is the fact that remains is that they know how to make build a website, make it pretty, put it online. They have no clue about search engine optimization, what actually makes somebody find your website using search engines. So me and my team, our approach is always different. We started with the simple premise of how do you find a business on the internet, and then we work our way from the inside out. We make it pretty around making a website getting found. Does that make sense? Okay. So what is your website about? For example, organic hair coloring or hair extensions or day spa. Now, another little note here too, and a big note there says simple SEO changes can take weeks or months to begin to take hold. That change, that's different for everybody. Depending, the longer a website is online, the quicker the changes come about. An older website is actually a more valuable website. And as we're going to see here, you're going to see that having one website or more than one website, well, more than one website is actually a valuable thing to have. Okay? Okay, so here's where SEO actually applies, and you probably have never looked at your search results like this before, but when a search engine comes along, they use what's called an electronic spider. Okay, think of it as a spider that crawls the internet or the World Wide Web, which is where they get the term spider from. What it does is it goes into every single web server that it can access, and it goes in and crawls through all the website files, which are your pages of your website. And then it takes that information, it tries to digest it to figure out what it's all about. So here's an example of that. Let's just say that you're going to a bookstore like Barnes & Noble, and you walk in there, there's nothing but books on the shelf everywhere. Well, the first thing you see are the big signs overhead, over top of the rack, saying what department it is, whether it's fiction, nonfiction, whatever it may be. That is the main category, okay, of what the book should be. So think of all those books as individual websites. So what makes a website stand out more than another? Well, what's the next thing you look at? Well, a rack full of books. You look at the titles. Okay? So you can see here where a title is extremely important. Okay? So take this point down and know it. And that is, you know what your business name is. You know what it is that you do. Okay, but the problem is people that don't know you or are looking for your service are not looking for your business name. They are looking for what you do and in the location that you do it in. That's why they're highlighted. We see best hair salons in Stoughton, Wisconsin again. Okay, and you can see that that search comes up, you know, quite well. There it is, the #1 result. Okay, now keep in mind that doesn't mean that this is the only search result that could come up. You can come up for all kinds of things as your website grows and as you add content to it, as we're going to talk about. Okay. Then you can find out that you can have multiple landing pages of a website for all different kinds of searches, for all different kinds of services that you do, even products. Okay, so it doesn't have to be just what you do and where you do it, but we have to start somewhere. Okay, and that is the most important place. Note that the keywords down there, when we did the search results, note how they are all in bold. Okay, so anywhere on that page, regardless of whether it is the Ambers or not, but you can see that Google, in this case, brought up all the search results. Wherever it found those words, it put it in bold. Okay, so same thing here. You can look down the entire page, whether it's the local map results or the paid ads. You can see that the words are in bold. Okay, so starting with basic SEO standards. Well, one of the things you need for a website is a domain name. And when it comes to buying domain names or having a domain name, a couple things I recommend. One is get your business name, if you can. And number two is get a domain name that says what you do and where you do it in it. Okay, so for example here, miamisbestdayspa.com. Okay, or .net, you can do that too. Now, as far as the different domain extensions, .com, .net, .org, .us, .co, etc., there's tons of them, okay? Don't waste your money on a whole bunch of those things. All you want to do is try to get the .com. .com stands for communication. That's a TLD. That's the one that you want to try to get, but there's so many .coms taken, they get a little difficult, all right? It's not a deal breaker if you don't have the right domain name. It's okay, but it does help when it comes for search results, because as you saw in the previous slide, you can even take a look at some of those green domain names that you see underneath the main title, that you can see that those are bold. Okay, so it is helpful to have your keywords in your domain name, but it's not a deal breaker. If you don't get them, it's okay. All right, so on with that. So take a look at this browser tab here. Okay, so we're looking at Firefox, perhaps, or Google Chrome, or Internet Explorer, whatever browser you're using, or Safari. Generally, the tab that you're looking at will give you the title of your website, of the page of the website that you're on. This is what's called a title tag. Now, here's a little snippet of code, and that code is the only thing that search engine spiders see. They do not see pictures. They do not see all this flash images or flash flash slideshows and things like that that are going on your website. They could care less. They can't see it. In fact, a lot of those things kill website SEO. Okay, so it's always the thing that's so ironic is that you build this big, beautiful website with all kinds of things taking place on it, and it looks gorgeous, but it's completely useless when it comes to search engine optimization. And a lot of people wonder why their website just isn't getting found. Well, that's usually one of the biggest reasons. So let me say something right here. Beautiful isn't necessarily the thing that we're looking for, okay? We're looking for actionable. We're looking for something that is actually working, something that delivers direct response, okay? So that keyword, and this is something that me and my team, we take care of, making sure that we put the titles in correctly, making sure we put the descriptions, keywords, all the things that need to be in place in search and basic SEO are there, okay? All right. So keywords in the descriptions. Take a look at the search result down below, just that one search result. You notice the title tag, Best Hair Salon, Stoughton, Wisconsin, and then we have the business name and the phone number, okay? You notice that their business name, Lotus Salon, is last. We don't want that to be the first couple of words. And by the way, the word best doesn't have to be in there either. You know, you could have just hair salons, Stoughton, things like that. But, you know, a lot of people search for the best of something, and that's why that's there, okay? And it's happens to be working very well for this particular one. But take a look at the description. The description, you only have 2 lines that you can get a description in. Okay, so in the highlighted yellow there with the red arrow going to it, look for the best hair salon in Stoughton. Be sure to give Lotus Salon a call, and, you know, etc. So whatever your catchphrase is should be in there, but it should also contain your keywords. Notice that they're in bold again. Okay. All right. Keywords and heading tags. Now, again, this is technical stuff. I'm going to flip right through this because, again, this is stuff that me and my team do. But if you're trying to optimize your pages of your website, you need to put them in a structural hierarchy with heading tags using one H1 tag. And some of you, if you've ever been researching any of this stuff, you probably have heard this stuff before. Okay? But heading tags starting from H1 through H6. H1 meaning that's the main title of your website page, okay? And every page of your website should have a different title. So here's a trick. If you click on your website and you go to every page, if you look and see that title, that tab at the top of your website, let me see if I can go back to that real quick. There's your tabs. If that tab up top there is saying the same thing on every single page, you know you're already in an SEO nightmare, okay? That means your website is not correctly done, and it's not going to perform well as a result. Okay, these are very simple little things, okay, but they are very important little things, okay? But they're not the only things, all right? They're not the only things. There's more to come here, so please pay attention. And again, if I'm making your head spin, just sit back, take a deep breath, relax. We're going to show you how you're going to be able to do something about this. Okay, but you got to hang in here and get through the rest of this, please. All right. Keyword positioning in the content. As I mentioned, there's a place within the website. We want to make sure that we put the keywords in properly. We want to bold them. We want to italicize them. And we want to put them at the beginning and the end of your content, okay, because that helps strengthen the title of that page. Content on the page should have at least a couple hundred words or more. Okay, so the search engines have something to digest. We call this keyword density. In other words, the average density between 2 to 4% is what we're looking to get. And here's one of the cool things about SEO is we can take your competitors, we can go to the pages that they're ranking for, and we can actually pick it apart with tools that we have. And we can literally say, okay, what are they ranking for and why? Okay. And what do we do with yours? That would make it a little bit better than theirs. How's that sound? Okay, so that's what helps to get yours ranking as well. So after a little time, after your pages have been online, and let me say this clearly, there is no magic here to make things instant. There is no way to make things happen immediately. Okay, as far as getting your search results to happen, that's totally out of our control and anybody else's. But when we follow the rules that Google, Bing, and Yahoo and all the others put out there, when we follow the rules and we do it properly, guess what? We can make websites rank extremely well, and for a long time coming. And I've proven that over and over and over again, and this is what we're showing you today, how to do that. Okay, we're giving you the keys right now. Okay, images on your website. Did you know that, like I said earlier, Google, Yahoo, Bing, they can't see the images. What we can do is we could describe in the code what that image should be. Guess what we put there? You guessed it, keywords. So we call that an alternate tag or a title tag. And the reason why those existed in the first place is for people that are visually impaired. Okay? They use, think about it, if you're blind, okay, if you're using the internet, how can you see anything? Well, they use a browser that will read what is on the page to them. Now, the only way the browser knows that is by looking at the code. And just like a search engine does, it looks through the code to see what's on the page and it tries to make sense of it. So when you actually build a website that is user-friendly in that way, or for users with disabilities, okay, then you're also making it search engine friendly as well. So it's a win-win situation for you. Okay, most web designers have absolutely no clue about that, even to this today. This is a very old SEO, trick that's gone back for many, many years. But the reality is, again, there's so many websites being pumped out by web designers out there, not too many web developers, and unfortunately, these are the mistakes that take place. So, okay, so we got past that. Now, the other thing would be the content on the page. So we got to make sure that the content on there, again, we want to have at least a couple hundred words or more. We want to have your keywords in there somehow. But take a look at the Google patent, okay? So right there in the middle, it says, the amount of detail in the description of an entity. Longer descriptions are given a greater score than shorter descriptions based on the presumption that more words mean more information. Okay, now that could be broken down in a lot of different ways, okay, as far as arguments. But one thing that still remains true is that content, original, unique content, is king. That is what a search engine wants to do. They want to go out and find stuff that's unique. They want to deliver you the cleanest, best, freshest search results that they possibly can deliver. So the trick to making your website come up in that mix is to do just that. Make your content unique. Make it individual. Make it yours. Okay, and we stress that so much when it comes to building your website, about getting as much stuff on there as possible. Even breaking your services down individually. Take your services and break them down. Explain them. Explain how yours is different, how you do it. Okay, even if it's no different than your neighbor's salon, it doesn't matter. You're putting it in your words, and in your words, make your website unique. Okay? All right. Bold, italic, and underlying words. Search engines tend to give more focus. So at least one time on a page, we should have a bold or italicized. Not always big and underlining anymore. Okay, but bold is definitely important. Okay. Now, the other thing about basics. Okay. One of the things that we do is we build websites using a blogging platform called WordPress. WordPress is a blogging platform, been around since 2003. It's used by some of the biggest content publishers in the world. New York Times, CNN, all kinds of big Fortune 500 companies out there use WordPress for not only a blog, but they use it for their website as well, because we can use it as a content management system style website. And there's so many benefits to it, and it's huge. And WordPress is search engine optimization in a box just by itself. Okay, but it's built around a community of developers such as myself, and a lot of the stuff for it is absolutely free. And the nice thing about it is that it's easily updatable. One of the problems that you hear a lot from people who have a website is, all right, paid for a website 2 years ago, now it needs to be updated, and they want to charge me another $1,500 to add stuff to it. Well, when you have a content management system website that includes a blog on it, that stuff's easy, and it doesn't there's no need for that anymore. It's modular. You can add on to it. You can put pieces to it. As your business grows, you can add content to it that supplements your business. Okay, so, and not to mention, it's very easily updatable with a click of a button. That's what I love about it. Okay, now, so with that type of website, we have a blog on it. Now, a blog is a word that's short for web blog, or in other words, an online journal. Okay, so you've heard the term blogger before. Well, people go online and they share their thoughts and they write blogs. Okay, they put pictures and video and all kinds of stuff on it. And basically, those blogs can be archived. Okay, they can be archived by date, month, and year, and all that's stored on your website. But here's the trick. When you're blogging, you're creating content. When you're creating content, that's what search engines are looking for. Remember that? Okay, they're looking for that content to index, to store away. So when somebody searches and one of those words that you have in your blog or in your website happen to fit the mold, guess what? There's a really good chance that your website is going to come up in the search results. Because blogging is more popular than it's ever been in its history, and it is right now. Okay, so a blog is a beautiful thing. So we're going to talk a little bit about blogs, but here's what we do. A blog is simple. You just have a conversation. You know how you pick up the phone and you talk to your friend on the phone? Well, that's what you do with a blog. You just talk to your blog like you're talking to somebody on your phone. You educate people. You share information. You have to give to get. So ideas. What do? Let's say you're talking about hair coloring. Well, just talk about it. Okay? But what that's doing is that's putting keywords on your website to make it searchable. Make sense? Okay. Now, the other thing is that every single blog that you do is automatically time-stamped. So as soon as you publish it, it dynamically notifies every search engine, blogging directory, etc. out there immediately with what's called a ping. It sends that signal out saying, hey, I just published content, come check me out. Okay? A normal website doesn't do that. Blog sites do. All right. So, have more than one service type. That's what we talked about earlier. Go into every service and detail it out as much as possible. But if you have more than one service type and maybe more than one business, that can be even better. You can actually break down your website to different types of services. Each page of your website and each website can work for you in that way to bring people into you by simply making every type of service that you do individual on your website. Okay? The home page is not the only website page that comes up in search results. All the other pages are optimized as well. Okay, so here it says right here, and I know this sounds like a commercial, but it's really true. Okay, build it correctly, and your websites will sell for you day and night, 24/7, delivering pre-qualified, pre-motivated prospects. Like I said, sound kind of commercially, yeah, it does, but you know what? It works. It's true, and that's why it's there. Okay. All right, now, how do we know if people are coming to your website? Well, we use a free tool that Google gives you. They want you to use it, as a matter of fact, and it's called Google Analytics. Okay, and this is just a very, very small piece of that, but you can see that this is a flow chart that's showing how people came to this website through Facebook. Just one segment called Facebook. You can see there on the left side, the big white block says Facebook, 136 visitors at this time period, which I think was a week, came through Facebook. They landed on the home page. 130 of them landed on the home page. That means that the slash just means home page. From there, it shows you where they went. You can follow the flow. Where did they go next? Okay, they went to our staff. They checked out the staff. They checked out the services, new trends, airbrush, tanning, location and hours, etc. And the red shows where they dropped off. Okay, but bottom line is you can follow the interaction of people all the way through your entire website. Now this is, again, a very small snippet. It just shows the social media channels of how people found this website, but there's so much more in Google Analytics. We would have to have another entire webinar just to cover everything that's involved with that. But this is something that if you don't have this on your website, you're really, really missing out, and you're not taking advantage of the tools that Google gives you. Okay. Now, if that wasn't enough for you, we've only covered the basics. So now we're going to get into the advanced stuff. But hey, here's the thing. The advanced stuff is as advanced as it is, it's going to be even less technical, and it's even going to be shorter, okay? So again, like I said, I'm going to say this one more time. I know if this stuff seems a little confusing to you, don't worry about it. This is not what you do, okay? You're here today because you know you have a need, and that need is you need to get more clients in, okay? Whether you're a stylist, whether you're a salon owner, this applies to you, okay? So please know that we have the resource for you, and we're getting very close to that now, okay? So hang in there. Let me just show you some more stuff that helps all this make more sense to what the resources will do for you, okay? So the advanced stuff, take a look at the 5 points here. 74% plus people, in fact, that's even a low number now, use mobile devices to search or they browse for things online. How many times have you picked up your cell phone or your iPad and just searched for something, okay? You went to Amazon, you went anywhere. Whatever the case may be, you're constantly doing searches using things that are more and more mobile device, okay? So that means you have to have online presence that is mobile capable, that's mobile ready. And I'm going to show you. These are all the individual things I'm going to break down for you. The next thing we're going to talk about is talking about social media and how word of mouth has changed. So you know as well as I do, okay, that word of mouth is by far the best advertising that you can get. There's no question about it. Now, but word of mouth isn't just over the telephone anymore. Word of mouth isn't person to person. Word of mouth is somebody texting somebody. Is somebody shooting an email? Is somebody blogging? Is somebody going on Facebook or Twitter or wherever, or Instagram, and they're going on there and they're sharing, okay, their experience. Hey, look at my hair. Look at what I got done today. This is awesome. Okay, that's word of mouth advertising. So you can see how these channels can help you, and we're going to show you how to leverage that. Okay, search engines love blogs. Well, I just went into all about that, but I'm not going to go through it again. But blogs are social. Okay, so guess what? Word of mouth in there as well. Search engines want authority. I'm going to go into that and explain that a little bit more in detail. And I'm also going to talk about local or map results and how they're the first results. We covered that in the beginning a little bit, but I'm going to expand on that just a little bit and show you how to take advantage of that too. All right, so here, get your pen and paper out. So this is some important stuff here that we're going to flip through. The very first thing is we need to have a website that will show up whether it's on a 54-inch television screen or whether it's a 3.5-inch iPhone, okay? So whether it's a landscape or horizontal mode, regardless, bottom line is we need to make sure that a website will fit to the screen. Chances are your website does not. If you want to test that, and I don't do it right now, but if you want to test that later, take your browser window, grab the edge of it, and drag it inward. Click the mouse down, hold it down, drag it inward, and see if your page begins to collapse upon itself and fit the window. If you start to see scroll bars going from side to side at the bottom, that means it's not. Okay, it's not very mobile friendly. Or just pick up a phone and, you know, pick up a smartphone and look for your website and see how it comes up. Chances are most websites out there are not mobile friendly. Well, did you know that Google is giving more credit to mobile ready or mobile friendly websites than ever before? Okay, as a matter of fact, that's just the beginning. Okay, eventually the websites that are not mobile friendly are probably going to start seeing page 2 and 3 more and more often. Okay, that's a big trend that I'm seeing switch, and I follow trends often. Okay, and I'm telling you right now, if you don't have a responsive website going forward, you're going to be missing out on a lot of traffic. Okay, now what are type of social media channels that are out there? Well, there's lots of them. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, blog, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now some are better than others for your particular type of business. Facebook is a very popular one, especially if you're a salon and spa. But Facebook is starting to see a gradual decline a little bit, okay, because it's gotten so commercial. You're starting, and Twitter, by the way, it depends. Put it this way, if you're busy working with clients, you're not on Twitter that often. Okay, if you use Twitter a lot, great. Okay, you can use it for promotion, but I'm not a big fan of Twitter. Okay, but Facebook and things like YouTube, I'm a huge fan of. Instagram is another great one. even though down here it shows that it's kind of low on the chart. But bottom line is, we have these social media channels. We're going to show you how to leverage them, okay, to help you. Did you know YouTube, the place that we go to watch videos on? YouTube is the second largest search engine on the planet. It is owned by Google. It is bigger than Bing. It is bigger than Yahoo. It is bigger than any other search engine out there combined. Okay? People go to YouTube to learn how to do things. Hey, can you teach people how to do things? Sure you can. Take a quick video. You can do video testimonials. Wouldn't that be great? Just a quickie. You know, somebody said, hey, you know, I love my hair. This is awesome. Hey, mind, you know, while you're sitting in a chair, whip out your smartphone or your iPad or something. Do you mind doing a quick video testimonial for me? Sure. What's it take? 15 seconds, 30 seconds? You got a video. You can see the results. You probably have an app on your phone or your iPad. You can instantly send that video right up to your YouTube channel. Oh, by the way, did you know that you can take that YouTube video and put it right on your website? And that also adds search engine SEO importance to your website? Yeah. Okay, so YouTube, again, is huge. Okay, and by far, it's growing and growing and growing. It is one of the biggest mediums that you need to be in. Okay, so what is trending for 2015? Well, the big blue chart there, it says YouTube. Okay, this statistic comes from the social media marketing seminar that goes on every single year. Okay, all the heads go from all over the world, come together, Las Vegas, and they put together this big meeting, and they come up with all the stuff that's taking place and all the statistics and all that. And bottom line is YouTube is skyrocketing. It's getting bigger than Facebook, and in the past couple of years it never was. By the way, notice number 3 there, blogging, the presence of blogging, how big that is, okay? All right, what is, the next thing we're going to talk about is authority. So if you take a look at that picture on the right, remember Amber's picture, little photo snapshot there? Okay, Google doesn't do that anymore with the picture, but they do still have authority. They just don't use your photo anymore, okay? But when you become a verified author, which means that Google says, I trust you, I know who you are, I know that you own a website, I know this is your business. When you put those things together, okay, not only do you get a local maps result, but you also get a higher listing generally on the first page of Google, okay? So authority simply is this. Authority says, I know that you're a trusted website, because there's so many websites out there trying to trick you and spam you. They're trying to differentiate the true businesses from the scammers out there, okay? And one of the ways that you do that is called a business citation. As a business citation, it plain simply is your name, your address, and your phone number. And that has to be very exact and very consistent everywhere on the internet that you put it. So your business name, your business address, and your business phone number. And along with that, you put your web address, okay? So whenever you go to those directories and things out there, like Yellow Pages, Super Pages, Yelp, Angie's List, Merchant Circle, all those different ones out there, well, this is the thing that you're primarily putting in them is what's called your business citation. So when you get that connection of a citation, that when Google goes out and finds it in other places, on other authoritative websites, it passes that authority back to your website, helping your website grow and grow and grow in authority. And the higher authority you have, the higher your rankings become. Okay? So it's not all about just keywords anymore. It's also about how trustworthy your website is. So as you can see, it takes time for that trust to build. Okay? But there are ways of getting that trust to happen as quickly as possible. So remember that your website is a long-term, extremely low-cost marketing machine for you. Okay? But without one, you're almost dead in the water. Like I said, how many of you use a phone book anymore? Okay? All right. What else builds authority or trust? Well, there's some technical stuff with it that me and my team do. We put authorship code on the website itself that Google is looking for, a website that's mobile ready, links from other authoritative websites, as I just mentioned. So when Google goes out and does its search 24/7, Okay, when it finds a link back to your website from other authority websites out there, again, it passes that authority. It helps boost your website in the rankings. Connections, social media connections such as Google Plus or a business page. Local maps, okay, in Google, Bing, and Yahoo. Okay, they're all free, but they also are very high authority websites, and they also pass that authority back to you. Social media, Facebook, okay, Instagram, YouTube especially. Okay, social media usage and the info sharing frequency. Okay, so how often do you post to Facebook? How often do you go to Instagram? How often do you use YouTube? Okay, the more you use those things than your competitor, the more weight is placed upon, should I give you better results or not? Okay. The benefits of correct social media marketing. Now, you notice I said correct social media marketing, okay? You can do it very poorly too. But improved sales, obviously. Increased exposure, generating leads, okay? So let's take a look at the second one there. With as little as 6 or more hours a week, the vast majority of marketers, and this came from that marketing statistic, 92% plus indicated their social media efforts increased exposure for their business, okay? Bottom line is, keep this real simple. This is word of mouth. When you're using word of mouth, when you're not selling online, you're going on there and you're teaching. You're telling people what you do and how you do it. Okay, and then you have your customers talking about what you do and how you do it to other people and their friends and sharing it. That's word of mouth. Guess what? It drives leads, it drives business, it drives sales. Okay, but you can't do that unless you have internet presence. Okay, the real benefits: reduced marketing expenses. Yeah, it's extremely inexpensive because the majority of that stuff online is free, and people are doing it for you. Improved search rankings. Why? Because all those free, high authority sites are boosting your search results. Increased traffic. Well, enough said there. Developed loyal fans. Okay, so you're also gaining a place online where people can research you and see other people leaving testimonials and things like that. Okay, search engines give, and now the last part here, search engines give free local maps and business listings on their maps. So we saw the A, B, C, D, E, F, etc. Okay, for Google, Yahoo, and Bing. Have your salon or spa listed for free on Google Places for Business. So just jot this down. Please don't go there right now, but google.com/business. If you have some type of a Google or Gmail account already, you already have a Google account. If you have a YouTube account, you already have a Google account. If not, you can create one for free, okay, with Google. And I highly recommend you do it because you're going to need that for your Google Analytics too. All right? Everything ties into that one connection. But you can go there and you can claim your business listing. Chances are you may already have one, you don't even know it, or it's not even claimed. If you have a brick and mortar business, you probably already have one there. Okay? Now, this is a little bit different. If you're a stylist and you're already in someone else's salon, it's kind of hard for you to get a maps listing because you physically don't have a location or an address to do so, unless, of course, you want to use your own home address or if you have another address to use. Okay? But don't worry about that. That's not critical. Okay? But you still need to have web presence and everything else that goes along with that. All right. Let's see. So, again, this is what that Google Maps listing does for you. So you can see there, here's position A, hair salon, Stoughton, Wisconsin. Notice it didn't use the word best, and it still came up #1. Okay, and you can see the search results coming up. You can see their hours, you can see their location, you can see their reviews, you can see everything in there. This is beautiful, and it's free. Okay, did you know you can do the same thing in Yahoo? Go to listings.local.yahoo.com. Okay, and it's not as good as Google, okay, but you can still get a free map, and there are some diehard Yahoo users out there, although they're kind of a dying breed, but you still need to be there, okay? It's still an authority website, okay? You can do the same thing in Bing. You can go to bingplaces.com. In Bing Places, you can also get that map result as well. Again, it's along the lines of Yahoo. It's not as powerful as Google, but you still want to get it. Okay. Online directories. Well, remember I talked about word-of-mouth advertising. Well, a lot of these places you can leave reviews, and you know, one of the things that we'll cover is how to get into these things, but let me answer a question right now because I know it's going to pop up, okay, to save us some time. What happens if you get a bad review online? You're saying, well, can I do anything about it? You can't delete it, but here's what you can do. You go in and you reply to it immediately, okay? So everybody gets bad reviews. It happens. You can make somebody angry. But if you go in and you respond to that review within that account immediately, here's the thing. You offset all the negativity of that review, okay? Most people look at reviews, they look at the negative one first, but when they see that somebody's replied to it right away, all the thunder just got taken out of that negative review, okay? Because people understand that there are some idiots out there who just didn't think and they went on there and they blew up, okay? It's understandable. But when they're offset by a whole bunch of other positive reviews, those negative ones don't mean anything. So the trick is respond to negative reviews immediately, showing you tried to do something about it, and also make sure you get as many positive reviews as you possibly can around it, okay? So now, remember we talked about the name, address, and phone number or the business citation? These are just a handful of some of the higher end ones, the top citation sources. And in fact, we actually have a list of some of the top 100 that you may want to get into. And so that comes later on, but just to let you know, these are some of the ones that you do want to be in because these are very high authority websites that you need as a business to get yourself into. Even if you're a stylist, you still want to get yourself branded and you want to get yourself in these, okay? Because if you leave one salon, you go to another, it doesn't matter. Your online brand stays with you. Okay, directories. Well, when you go there, make sure, try to get your clients to do this, but don't make this mistake. Don't have all your clients leave you a review at your salon, okay? Don't do it right there. Don't tell them to go over your computer or iPad and leave a review. It's a bad move, and here's why. Because when you do that, it's only coming from one IP address from that business. So Google says this isn't natural, okay? They say that this isn't right, and that business is trying to scam me. Okay, have them go home and do it. Give them a link. Give them something to take with them. Okay, to go home and do it from their computer or their phone. All right. People love to see their name in print, and more than eager to post a positive review if you ask. So again, somebody wants to give you a compliment, try taking a quick video. Okay, or have them go to your website and leave a testimonial, or go to Yelp or one of the other places that you have a lot of reviews or you're trying to build your reviews up on. Okay, again, every time those reviews go online, they help build authority for your website. Okay, see how that whole authority thing comes in? Okay. Points to remember, name, address, and phone number. Make sure it is exactly the same way on every place that you go and put it on. Think optimization when filling out info. Remember what you just learned about your site. Fill out everything in your account. If you are unsure of something, save the page and come back to it later. So in other words, if you're not sure what category or something that you're in, as you go through a couple different profiles, you'll probably figure that out. You can always come back to it. Some more tips, okay? I live in a small town. Well, maybe you live in this town, but you're trying to get business from some other town that's nearby. Okay, don't worry about that. Google draws, think of it as a radar that sweeps in a big circle from your location. When it pulls up search results, it starts with your location and it expands outward. Okay, so if you have a neighbor town that you're trying to draw from, that's okay. If you're a high authority website, as you begin to grow and grow, you're going to find out that your radar sweeps out farther and farther away from your center, and it picks up more and more people from many miles out. Okay, so don't worry about that. You make sure you build your business for your town where you're in, and let Google and the other search engines do the rest for you. Okay. Website and YouTube. Okay, one of the nicest things you can do is build a little introduction to your business and put it directly on YouTube and have it on your website, preferably somewhere at the bottom of your homepage or elsewhere. Okay, but what this does is this also links YouTube back to your website. It gives somebody an immediate user interactive feature. Okay, and most importantly, it gives them a quick overview. All right, and you're taking advantage of something that is highly sought after today, and that is the use of YouTube and connections with your website. This is easy, guys, and you don't need a professional to come out and do this for you. Use your cell phone, use your iPad, whatever it may be, because believe it or not, high-quality videos, well, they're not always the best ones to use because they're not always so believable because they look too commercial. But when you do one that you can tell is homemade, okay, and you get your points across, guess what? It'll do far more for you than anything else. Okay. Did you know that your website is 53% more likely to appear on the first page of Google if you have a video on it? Forrester research. Okay. Website with Facebook. Well, when we build websites on our team, one of the things we do is if you have a business page, and I know this picture looks a little distorted, but bottom line is we can put your timeline directly onto, or not your newsfeed, but we can put your timeline of your page directly onto your website so people can actually see your Facebook interaction and interact directly right there. Okay, that also passes authority back to your website. That's how I keep saying that. Must be something important about that. Blogging. We went into blogging the detail. Now here's a very ugly looking blog page with a bunch of just dummy content in there we gave you just to make a slide picture. Okay, but the reality is that the title. Notice the title up there says skincare tips for everyone. Okay, skincare tips. So what if somebody's doing a search for skincare tips in your town? You think those keywords could help your website come up in the search results just because you blogged about it? Sure. Okay. Questions. We had a lot there to cover.
Yep.
All right.
Got questions that are already coming in. How do I write a blog?
How do you write a blog? Okay, I'm going to give you the quick 101, but just so you know, we have, for our website members, we have resources that show you in video and in print how to go through your blog, how to create a blog and how to maintain it. But the plain and simple is this. You will be shown how to log into a website, onto your website when it's WordPress, okay, and be able to create a title and just simply type what it is that you're talking about. The examples I shared earlier. Talk about things that you know and you know well, because again, you're trying to make your content unique. Teach people. You have to give to get, okay? And even if nobody out there is commenting or subscribing to your blog, I guarantee you one thing, search engines look at it all the time. That is the goal. We're trying to blog, not just to grow an audience, but we're blogging to create more content so search engines can suck it up and store it in their index and have the search results come back to you. So blogging, it's simple. Give what you know, just a paragraph or two, tell a story. You can have that blog broken up into multiple, blog posts. You can, and one of the tricks we even teach is you can do a whole bunch of them at one time and schedule them to go out whenever you want them to. Okay.
I have a lot of pictures on my home page. Is that good?
Yeah, a lot of pictures is usually not good, and that's the way most websites are built. Okay, they're trying to get images, everything. I get it. You guys are artists. I really do get that point. But when it comes to images, everything on a website, think about what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get people to come to your door. Okay, to come into sit in your chair. Okay, so throwing a whole bunch of images at them, yeah, it could be kind of nice, but you know what? It doesn't help your search results, okay? Those images can help dilute your web page and kill your search results. Now, unless you take all those images and you give them alternate or title tags properly, otherwise they're completely useless because search engines are blind. They can't see them. And secondly, they also make your website load slower, all right? Try to get that website to load on a phone with a mobile connection. Chances are it'll take forever to load and it'll just leave you and go somewhere else.
Some really good questions coming in. Does it take a while to see my business on an organic Google search after I verify it? I verified it this morning and it didn't show up yet when I search it.
Yeah, it's going to take a while. When you go in and verify it, it can take a couple of weeks easily. Okay, one thing about Google is that, and the others too, is that when they go and do this, they have millions of requests every day. Okay, so Give it some time. It will start to show up. Generally, it takes at least 7 to 10 days, business work days, for any verification procedures to go through. Because what they're going to do is they are actually going to manually review your verification. Okay? So give it some time.
So my domain should be what?
Your domain name. Okay, just so you know, what a domain name is your website address. That's mywebsite.com or whatever, yourhairsalon.org or whatever. Okay, that's what a domain is. That's simply an address that points to your website files. So if you're going to get a new domain name, here's what I suggest you do. Get a domain name that is what you do and where you do it. So if you're a salon and you're in Colorado, you want to get a hair salon in Colorado or whatever town you're in or something like that, okay? If you can get that, that is what you want to try to do. And don't worry about it if you can't get it, okay? Some variation of it. Don't get one that's like, 80 characters long or something like that, like best hair salon, stylist, manicure, pedicure, blah, 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 and StoughtonWisconsin.com. You don't want to do that either, okay? You want to try to get one short. It doesn't have to be real short. Just try not to get it real long. That's all. Also, try to get your business name. Whatever your business name is, try to get that in a domain name too. But don't use that for your primary website domain name. Okay, we can forward that to your primary website. So if anybody does type that name, it will still take them to your website regardless. Okay.
Does it cost anything to update a Facebook business page?
No, actually, that's free. So that's something you can go on Facebook. They have plenty of tutorials to show you how to do that.
How can I put Google Analytics on my website?
Well, if you have somebody that's your web person or your webmaster, perhaps, or developer, whatever the case may be, they should know how to do that. So you give them that information. You create a Google Analytics account. They'll give you some tracking code, and you place that within the header or the footer section of your website code, and that will track all the pages of your website if it's put in there properly. Now, if that's something that, our members, we do that for them. So just to give you an idea.
Are you saying that if I integrate Facebook and YouTube on my website, it will help with the search results?
Absolutely. Yeah. If you get a feed from your website page, from Facebook or YouTube, and if you have those accounts and you have pages for those, and you get those to come onto your website with a feed that I use to, me and my team, we have code that pulls that in real time. It updates it on your website. That can actually help your search results. Not to mention people's interactions with your website.
Here's a great question. Can you get a new domain name and point it towards an already existing website?
Absolutely. You can get any domain name you wish and point it to any website that you wish.
You may want to explain that further in terms of search results.
Yeah, good point. Okay, so I told you to buy a domain name. Okay, you can buy as many domain names as you want. Okay, however, only one domain name is actually ever going to come up in the search results, and that's the one that we use for your website. Okay, all the other domain names that you buy, we can forward those, okay, to your main website, which means if somebody types them in exactly as they are, they will go to your website, but they are not searchable. They will not come up in the search results. The only ones that come up in the search results will be the domain name that you use for your actual website.
I can answer this one. I need a website, but the cost is so high. Not necessarily, and hold on, we're going to share our resource with you, and always remember, good marketing, which a website is, doesn't cost you money, it makes you money, and like I said before, you'll be shocked at what we're going to show you and make available for you today. Here's a great one. If you build a site, how long does it take to get up and running? Would you give an outline for the information? Well, we won't give any outlines out. Members have access to our blueprint system on member website, on our Member Central website, so you have access to that. But if you build a site, John, I'll ask you this: if you build a site, how long does it take to see results?
Well, first off, to build a site, assuming I get all information in at one time, and when we do it, we actually have a step-by-step. But when I get all that information, it generally takes about 2 to 3 weeks to have the website up and running. Now, if it's a brand spanking new website with a brand new domain name, it could probably take anywhere from a couple of months to several months for the results to start to get up in the first page. Okay, but that does not mean that that is the case for everybody. If you have a ton of competition around you, usually it takes longer for your new website to come along and start working for you that way. However, you have to be patient. This is long-term marketing, okay? And we give you tons and tons of things to do to help build your website presence faster and faster. All right, so we've been through this a lot, okay, and we know what it takes. We have had some members, quite a few actually, that have had search results happen inside of a month, okay, which is not always the norm, that's for sure. But it just shows that when you follow the procedures that we teach and do it and actually execute it, it works, okay, and it starts to pay for itself. So remember, this is long-term marketing, but the older the system is, the more valuable and the higher quality it becomes. And that's where you start to see the return on investment is over time. Okay?
All right, great. That's it for questions. Okay, so great job, John. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
John will be here, because at the end we typically have questions that John will need to answer. So John is here, Mark is here. The next segment, which we're going to start in a few minutes after we take a break, I'm going to show you what a website looks like. Now this is, I want you to keep in mind, this is the skinned down, bare bones website. It's not fancy. When John builds websites for our members, he does keep in mind that we are visual people, but he also has to make sure the formula that we have created over the years is in place. So it's a fine line between, you know, pleasing us and getting clients. We think that we've done the very best job at that as possible. I'm going to show you a bare-boned website with where everything should be located on it. Then I'm going to share our resource with you for today. So just so you know, what John covered is what John talked about will get your website found on the internet. What I'm going to show you is once a prospect ends up on your website, what needs to be in place to convert that visitor to pick up the phone and call you for an appointment at the highest possible percentage. Okay? You can't have one without the other. You've got to have both of them in place. What we're sharing with you today is not rocket science. What John just shared with you, you can find that information. It's out there, but you know, it would take you literally a lot of time to learn all of it and to gather all of it and figure out how it needs to be built. It's not rocket science. It's something that John's involved with every day. He's got it down to a science for our industry. So let's take a 5-minute break, or let's take a 7-minute break. It is now 10:53. We're going to resume at 11 o'clock and finish this up and show you what these look like. Okay? So we'll see you back here in 7 minutes.
Okay. Everybody's back, I hope. Okay, guys, this is Mike. We're getting some questions. Questions like, can you show us domains of your members' sites so we can look at them? We don't do that for the very reason that we have. If we give you domains for our members' sites, and you copy the content on their website, the search engines will not only not show your website in the search results, but it won't show our member sites as well. So for that very reason, we don't do that, because obviously we want our member websites to continue to kick butt. We don't want them to get disqualified for sharing their information with you. So what we do is like I said before, we have a demo site that is the baseline for the member sites that we build, and that's what I'm going to show you. That's what I'm going to show you now, and then I'm going to share how you can have your website built with us, or you have other choices as well. So build it right. Direct response salon and spa website with social media integration and stylist website. Great marketing combined with great search engine optimization combined with salon and spa industry knowledge combined with years of testing equal hundreds of successful salon and spa and stylist websites. Here's the only website formula that will drive in new salon and spa clients into your business every week. So this is what it looks like. The first thing you're going to say is, wow, this isn't really gorgeous. Well, remember, it's a baseline. It's what we work off of, and we're more interested in getting you new clients rather than impressing your friends and family members. So this website is a marketing tool designed to drive new clients into your business. It's a formula, if you will, and that's what we're going to look at now, is the formula. Here's what a stylist website looks like. It's very similar to our salon website. The only difference is you'll see. Does this mouse work if I move? No, this doesn't work. You'll see under the Get Our Newsletter, you'll see an employment opportunity guide. That's there for salon and spa owners who are looking for employees for their business, whether it's renters, commission people, salary people. It doesn't matter how you pay them, but we have a formula utilizing your website to stay in the game of getting new employees 24/7, 365. So I'll talk about that a little bit more very shortly here. So that's what a stylist site looks like. You see the banner is the same. It's the same. Let me go back and just explain this again. You see the banner. You see the first-time visitor coupon. You see the Get Our Newsletter Employment Opportunity Guide. You see where the Facebook is integrated, and you see where YouTube is integrated. And then above that, you see the 9 reasons. So we'll just go through that one piece at a time. So above the fold, this is if somebody's looking at your website from a desktop or a laptop or probably most likely a tablet. What you want them to see is the banner of your website. Okay, that's what we call above the fold. That's what is going to grab their attention. So that banner, as Mark had said earlier, really the name of your business, people in your area, they could care less what the name of your business is. When they go to your website, they immediately want to know what's in it for me. So when you have a strong guarantee or your USP in your headline, that's what's going to grab their attention. Okay? It is if you picture a regular salon website, maybe even your own now, if you put those side by side and somebody was sitting down at their kitchen table right now and they're searching for your services, and your current website showed up with its current banner, and this new website showed up with this banner here with your guarantee in it, you'll get the best service ever. which banner do you think is going to grab the attention and draw that person into your website more frequently? Well, I know the answer to that, and that would be this banner. It answers the question, what's in it for me? You'll get the best service ever. Below that, you see, or on the side of that, you see the name if you have a logo or something like that. Yes, you can put that in the banner. At the very top, you see the phone number. That's very important because when somebody is searching for your services, on occasion, they don't even go past the search results. So you want your phone number to be in the search results, and that's how that happens. You see the picture of this person here on the right-hand side with her first name. That's because people want to do business with people, not businesses. Okay? This whole formula that I'm talking about here is, you know, not one thing is going to make or break or kill the website, but if you take one piece away, it just makes it a little more less effective, or a little more effective, or a little less effective. So it's kind of like building a cake or making a cake. If you leave out an ingredient, you know, the cake, it might be edible, but it's not as good as it could be. So when you combine all of this formula together, and you put it together with the search engine optimization that John talked about, then you've got the greatest chance to convert visitors, for people to find you, and then convert those visitors into clients. So you want to make sure that this is all here. Another important piece to this puzzle is every direct response marketing piece has to have an offer on it. So you have to have an offer, and you see that yellow box on your screen that says click here for first-time visitor coupon. So they click on that, it takes them to an opt-in page. An opt-in page is a web form that explains to them to sign your guest book by filling out this form, and you will in turn email them or show them or give to them instantly through the beauty of instant digitalization. They fill out this form, press submit, and they get a printable first-time visitor coupon or first-time visitor voucher. Our members like to use those two words. So that's very important. You have to have an offer on your website. The next you'll see next to that over to your left is the 9 reasons you'll love, so forth and so on. This is what John was talking about, adding content, okay? A lot of people put pictures right here. That's not the thing to do. Search engines don't read pictures. Search engines read content, okay? So this is where this page and your service page and your testimonials, all these pages are opportunities to put content that resonates with the people in your area, what they're searching for. Okay, so utilize these opportunities. It also answers the question on this homepage of what's in it for me. Okay, this isn't an area where you should be bragging about how many years you've been in business or how wonderful you are. It should be about why someone would choose your services over another, because that's all they are interested in. They're inundated with advertising all day long. They want to know what's in it for me. Why should I choose your business over others? So this is your opportunity to do that. So you see how this works. You've got the phone number, you've got the bold headline. The bold headline draws them into the copy of your website, and then that 9 reasons answers the question of what's in it for me. Okay, so next, this is called the middle fold. This is if you were on a desktop, if you had to scroll down to on this website, this is what you want in the middle fold, the Facebook feed-in. Okay, John talked about the importance of this for search engine optimization. Continued the 9 reasons reading, including the guarantee, opt-in for a newsletter, and also an opt-in for an opportunity employment guide. Okay, we provide for you with this website an opportunity guide for employments. So a really smart thing to do is we all use like traditional outlets to get the message out there that we're looking for renters, we're looking for commission people, we're looking for employees, we're looking for good stylists, good technicians. So this is a really unique way to do that. You've got an employment opportunity guide where when somebody comes to your website, they have to opt in, just give their first name and their email. It's completely confidential, and it's basically a sales letter of why they should come and work for you. We've got this written out. All you have to do is edit it. But the beauty of this is you use traditional means, traditional outlets to drive those prospective employees to your website. So maybe you have a Craigslist article or a Craigslist ad that says 10 reasons why you should, 10 reasons what you should look for before you go to work for your next salon or spa. Click here for our employment opportunity guide. So you put that link right in your Craigslist page. They click on that link, and it takes them right to your website. And then the guide explains to them what you're looking for, and if it's a good fit, obviously you do a phone interview and you go right through the process. So for those of you that struggle with getting staff, this is a wonderful way to achieve that 24/7, 365 days a week. The bottom fold, you see the YouTube video integration. John explained how important this is for search engine optimization. You obviously have your name or the salon spa name, location, including the map and directions, and the guarantee. We guarantee that the guarantee that we have in our program. We recommend that you use that. Over to the right, you see the opt-in guide for consumer guide. This is all stuff that we provide for you to edit, and we take care of all the tech stuff. Okay, when somebody clicks on this, they're taken to an opt-in page. They fill out the opt-in box. They click submit. They get the consumer guide. We take care of all of the back-end software that allows you to do that. That allows that magic to take place along with the website. So this is a great opportunity, this consumer awareness guide. People aren't necessarily ready. There's some people that are really into doing research on when they choose a salon or a spa or a stylist. So this is your opportunity to share with them why they should do business with you. This is beautiful too. If you have if you do any kind of laser hair removal, or if you do weaves, if you do hair restorations, any kinds of things like this, any kind of larger services where people really want to do research on it, this is a great opportunity to share that information with a prospective buyer. It's just a wonderful way to do that, to have this on your website. So it really goes back to the old saying, the more you educate, the more you sell. All right, so the outer frame, the banner, the first-time visitor coupon, get our newsletter, employment opportunity guide, the Facebook integration, the consumer guide, that all travels. That should travel with any page that somebody is on in your website. You want that there on any page. So whether they're on your service page, whether they're on your testimonial page, the contact us page, whether they're reading your blogging, though that outer frame should be there, because you want to be ready when people are ready to take action. As soon as they click on that first-time visitor coupon, you know that they've already decided this is the place that I want to go. So that's what you want them to do. You want your website to be informative, answer the question, what's in it for me, give them all the answers to the questions they're seeking, and then when they're ready to take action, they click on the first-time visitor coupon, they fill that out, they get the coupon right away, and then they look at your phone number, they pick up the phone, and they call you, and they make that appointment. if done correctly, 85% of the people that click on the first-time visitor coupon will redeem that coupon. Okay, we know that because we track that. This is all we integrate this with your benchmark account. So this is all integrated with that. So we're able to track who clicks on, how many people click on your first-time visitor coupon, who clicks on your coupon, what their email address is, so you can email them, so you can continue to email them if they don't come into your salon. So that's all there. Same with the Employment Opportunity Guide, same with the newsletter, same with the consumer awareness message. It's very important. So our websites also, they need to be responsive for all mobile devices. I've talked to members that have literally spent thousands and thousands of dollars on their website, and I'll be doing a member call with them, and I'll say, well, let me take a look at your website, see what's going on there, because they tell me I've spent thousands of dollars and it doesn't generate any clients, and they say, so I say, well, let me take a look at it. So right when they're on the phone with me, I take a look at it, and it's not responsive. I can tell. I use the technique that John talked about. And I say it's not responsive to mobile devices. That's killing you. And they say to me, more often than not, they say, oh, I know, but they want a couple $1,000s more to make it responsive for mobile devices. That's hogwash, okay? In today's world, that's pure robbery, okay? That's pure robbery, because more than 50% of the people who are searching for you are using mobile devices. They're using their iPhones. They're using their tablets. Your website should be built so it is responsive to whatever device they're looking at. Okay? All right, so I want to share, so that's what they look like, and if you have questions, type them in. We will answer every question that comes in, but now I want to share what we have for you today. So that was a lot of information, and probably a lot of you are feeling a bit overwhelmed at this point, and that's perfectly okay, but this means that you have two choices on where to go to from here. Choice number one is you can take all the tips and info that we just gave you and try to put the puzzle pieces together on your own website with social media, YouTube, video integration without assistance from us. Okay, you may have a website developer that you're working with. You could take this information and give it to him and say, this is the changes that I want to make. There are problems with that. First off, was your website built correctly from the get-go? Picture a building, a tall skyscraper that wasn't built, that didn't have the foundation built correctly, and then you hire someone to try to fix that skyscraper. You can put Band-Aids on it, but eventually it's not going to be nearly as good as if you started from the get-go and built it correctly. Okay, plus they're going to most out there are going to nickel and dime you together. Are going to nickel and dime you, and they're going to charge you big money to make changes. But you can do that. You can go to those free sites and try to build it on your own. But I guarantee if you do that, you will never get one client from your website. Free websites do not work. They do not show up in search results. Okay, they just don't work. And if you want to make changes, what they're getting you in on free on is a very basic, just a very basic cookie cutter format. And anytime you want to add something, they nickel and dime you to death. So you'll end up spending tons of money. So you can do that. Or there's a smarter choice, the one that really savvy salon and spa owners and stylists take to speed up their progress toward getting new clients and boosting their profits. The only true website package, new client generating system, specifically for salons and spas and stylists that require very little of your time, yet is still the only surefire and cost-effective way to consistently attract new clients and boost profits from your online efforts. This radically simple yet effective new client generating website system will work for you even if you are located anywhere in the English-speaking world, are in a small town or big city, are a small salon or spa with one or few chairs, Are a big salon or spa with several chairs? Are an independent stylist or tech? Offer a few services or have several services? Are a chair, booth, or suite renter? Are a commissioned salon or spa salary, or are you paid by the hour? Are super busy because this is a lifestyle-friendly website program? Are not computer or internet savvy? Are new to the salon or spa industry? Are a seasoned salon or spa owner? Don't you think you've been deceived enough? Isn't it time to start using what's proved to work for our industry? The benefits of more clients, more money, more freedom, less stress, and a happier version of yourself? Lisa, 450 new clients and 60 employee opt-ins. Jason, 57 new clients in 3 months. Bree and Amber, over 350 new clients last year and 34 employment opportunities. Sherry, 43 new clients in the last 6 weeks. Yvette, 17 new clients a month. Richard and Heather, averaging 13 new clients a month in their spa. Sharon, 127 new clients and 49 employee opportunity requests. Alfredo, 56 new clients in 4 months. Pam, 23 new clients. Ron, averaging 12 new clients a month. Debbie, 161 new clients in the last 6 months. Sally and Heather, 37 new clients in the last 3 months. Jim, 19 new clients this past month alone at a total of 37 employee opportunity requests. Mindy, averaging 27 new clients a month, 4 employee opportunity requests a month. Let's take a look at what's inside your salon, website, and social media integration package. Included, complete customized, not cookie cutter, customized, device responsive, direct response website with social media, YouTube video integration package, designed and SEO optimized, including an inclusive delivery system. To be more direct, you're going to have a website integrated with social media that's going to kick you-know-what for a long time. We'll build your customized website with our key ingredients to be a direct response with your unique copy and compelling sales letters and messages. Let's take a look. Banner, including creating the perfect banner customized for you, including phone number, bold guarantee, your picture, your logo. If you don't have one, we'll help you create one. Including 9-reason example document for you to edit and make your own. Including first-time visitor coupon or voucher with deadline date and all-inclusive delivery system. Including monthly client newsletter opt-in and all-inclusive delivery system. Including social media, Facebook, website integration. Including consumer awareness guide, includes copy for editing and all-inclusive delivery system. Including employment opportunity guide for you to edit and an all-inclusive delivery system. Including YouTube video website integration. Including easy to navigate menu with unlimited pages. We want you to have tons of pages on your website, including map with location, including blogging platform. You heard John tell you we provide the platform and we provide the support and teachings on how to blog, which is so important, including testimonial platform with your approval before they get published, including completely responsive to all devices. Desktop, laptop, iPad, Nook, all mobile phones, or anything else out there. Complete website package designed and SEO optimized. We'll build your website with the key ingredients to be direct response website with your unique copy and compelling sales letter and messages. This includes inserting your logo, picture, phone numbers, headlines, body content, location and hours, our staff, employment, testimonial, links for online booking if you have it, blogging, and contact information and any additional page you require. No limit. Turnkey managed and support includes domain setup, hosting, account creation and configuration, personal and staff email address creation, changes, enhancements, and edits to the content of your site. No nickel and diming you. Email manager integration includes the ability to email your entire client base from your account and build your list directly from your web forms on your site. Automatic follow-up marketing, a complete email automated follow-up system for anyone that interacts with the website in the following ways. 2 automated follow-ups with clients per month, 2 automated follow-ups with prospects per month, 2 automated follow-ups with potential employees per month. Free report delivery system, consumer awareness guide, done for you. Employment opportunity guide, done for you. Client newsletter, done for you. Complete Google Analytics integration. Every page will have the tracking code so you'll know what people are looking at. You can track keywords and visitors and traffic. Complete support and customization. You'll have direct email and phone access to our developer. He'll work with you to make sure your branding is expressed with the respect to the guidelines of direct response and unique formula. You've no doubt noticed that this website social media program is, without question, the most comprehensive new client generating and profit boosting online system there is. Now you may be thinking, I bet any website and social media proven system like this that this can give me, that would cost a small fortune. And in all honesty, it really should. After all, this exact website social media program has already helped hundreds of salon and spa owners and stylists achieve getting all the new clients they wanted faster and easier than ever before. Now you can see why the complete website social media package sold by itself is valued at $2,997. Yet that price is not for you. We have a much better deal headed your way, so by all means keep watching. And you're not just receiving the website social media package today. Just for being on this webinar today, we'd like to give you 3 free months of our unlimited support and management, a $147 value, absolutely free. And of course, you could choose to continue down the path you're on right now and end up spending 10, 20, even 40 times more than the investment you'll make today in the website social media package and direct costs and trying to market online and advertise online to get the new clients on your own. And then there's the indirect cost of all your personal time and aggravation you'll spend trying to build your website yourself or have a local developer do it for you. And let's not forget the lost sales from not getting any new clients from online. That's a real killer, and that's just not what I desire for you. The good news is a much lower price for you today because, frankly, if you don't hurry up and get a website that works for you, your competitors will continue to get the new clients you should be getting, so I refuse to let finances stop you. That means you will not be paying the retail value of $2,997 for the website social media package today. Nowhere close to that. Not even going to be half that price. It's not even going to be $1,500. Your total investment today, including everything we just covered, plus 3 free months unlimited support and management, is now only one payment of $997, or if you prefer, 3 monthly payments of $347, and 3 free months of unlimited support and management, a $147 value free plus, and that brings your total investment to over $4,400. Yet just by taking action today, the entire turnkey website social media program with all the bonuses is yours for only one payment of $997 or 3 payments of $347. To lock in your super discounted price, which is extremely limited, click on the orange button that says Add to Cart or go to www.bestsalonwebsite.com. Don't decide right now. Try this on me for 1 full year. In fact, use my 100% no-risk guarantee. 5 times your investment, 1 year guarantee. If after 1 year you can show us that your website didn't make 5 times your investment, then simply email or call us and get a full 100% refund. After all, if your website program doesn't deliver the results we're promising, we don't deserve to keep your money. All we ask is that you show us proof that you actually used at least 5 of the dozens of strategies outlined in today's webinar. Here's what will happen after you click on the Add to Cart button or to the right or go to www.bestsalonwebsite.com. First, you'll be taken to a secure order page. Scroll down and fill out the information form and choose the best payment option for you. Then once you complete your order, you'll be directed to simple instructions on how to get started by sending us your vital information needed to build your site. This will include all our contact information. Here's a limited time and an exceptional offer with the drastically discounted price we have for you today. You can either choose one single payment of only $997, or if you prefer, 3 payments of $347. Plus, you'll also be receiving 3 free months of unlimited support and management valued at $49 per month for our members and $99 per month for our non-members. All right, let's take some questions. Now, if you are not a member of our program, you have to call us. We will show you a phone number to call, which is right there. The price for you is $1,997, and your managed fee, your managed monthly fee is $99. So jot down that number if you want to call us. And what we do is we take the very first 27 orders. There's over 100 people on today's webinar. We just don't have the ability to build more than 27 websites at this, for this time period. That's the max that we can do. So the first 27 to order are in. So I also realize that this is a really busy time of year for a lot of you. So just don't get all stressed out. Just get us your information, and whenever you can, just once you order, just get your information to us, and then and start on it. Do whatever you can, and then you can finish it up after the holidays when you get some more free time. I know it's a really busy time of year. So once again, the first 27 to order are going to be able to take advantage of this opportunity. John, do we have any questions that came in?
Yeah, we do. We've got quite a few of them, actually. Teresa has one. The 9 reasons, they seem kind of long. Is there a way we can shorten them? That have to be 9 reasons?
Yeah, you can certainly shorten those, but we have found through years of expertise that 9 is the magic amount. You have to remember that just because it might trigger something in your mind, that doesn't mean it's going to trigger something negative in a prospect's mind. Through testing, we know that that the 9 reasons is really the magic number that works the best, but it doesn't have to be 9. It could be 7. Some of our members have 12 reasons why, but it's really the content of those 9 reasons. It's the important thing, and the more that you can tell people about why they should choose your business over others, the better off you are.
Another one is there any difference in the stylist website format?
Well, the main difference is the employment opportunity guide. That's the main difference.
Yeah, another thing about that too is we can brand you as a person, not necessarily as a salon that you work in. Okay. Let's see, a couple other ones that we got here. Can you use a service with my existing website?
No. Well, this question always comes up. Somebody wants to order a new website today, and they want their existing website fixed. So I'll let John handle that.
Yep. Yeah, we'll answer that right now, just for everybody curious. If you already have a website, that's great. I would recommend that you keep it. And for all those that do get a new website with us and get this website package, we will look at your existing website and evaluate it on an individual basis. Not every website can be fixed, but some of them can be. It depends on what it was built with. Okay, but that is something I'll look at on an individual basis with you. However, it is important to, if you do have more than one website, that will also give you additional website presence and make it even easier for you. So that's why I recommend you keep both. The other thing too is if you already have an existing website, keep that to send all your existing clients to if you're concerned about how it looks, this, that, and the other thing. Okay? Whereas the new website is for getting new clients. Okay? Mike, another one that popped up says, and I've seen this a few times, please go over the pricing again.
Yep, absolutely. It's for the website. Now, this is a customized website. Keep in mind, we showed you the bare bone version with the formula on it. We want to brand these to your business, okay? We want to make them suitable to your eye. We want them to represent your business. We understand that, but we also want to keep in respect to the formula, the direct response formula that we've created and tested over the years, we have to make sure that's on there, because if it's not going to convert that visitor into a client. So the pricing is one pay of $9.97 today, or 3 pays of $3.47. So that'd be one pay of $3.47 today, 30 days another pay, 30 days another pay. You get 90 days free of our turnkey management and support, which includes any changes that you need to make. Let's say 6 months down the road, you have changed your salon, you've used different colors, you've changed your logo. We make those changes for you as included in your managed hosting, which is $49 a month. We do not nickel and dime you. This includes, the $49 includes all of the software that makes these opt-ins work, including the delivery system, all of the integration with Facebook and YouTube. We have to maintain that on our end. So that includes all of that and the actual hosting of the site as well.
Along those lines, another question: how much will it cost after the first 3 free months?
$49 a month. Yep, $49 a month.
Okay. Another question that popped in is can I change the look of my website as opposed to the example that you showed us here?
Maybe you want to answer.
Yeah,
that.
I'll answer that for you. The example that we showed you, like Mike said, that is just a bare bones, non-distracting looking, or kind of ugly looking example, sorry. But the reality is, yes, we can brand your website with your colors, your images, and things like that, your logo, etc. All we want to do is kind of keep the framework and make sure all the direct response mechanisms are in place. So yes, we'll make yours individual. I wish we could show you all the other member sites, but we don't want to do that for their privacy's sake. So, but the answer is yes, we can style yours individually, make it unique. Another one, I'll answer this one too. So can I change the content on my website? Yes, you're going to have a website that's a content management system, which means that you'll be given a username and password. You can log in, change your prices, you can blog, you can create new pages, unlimited, as much as you want. And we have tutorial videos to show you how to do it. Okay. Mike, one for you. It says, I already have a website. Should I keep it?
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. The very best thing you want are 2 competing websites online. Now, most likely, the website that you currently have is not generating clients for you. So what you do is you'll grab one of the 27 available that we're making available for our members today, and you'll build that one from the ground up right, and then John will take a look at your existing site and make that as good as it possibly can be, and keep that online and let them compete against each other, because that's a win-win situation. Somebody needs a phone number? Once again, just to clarify, we're getting people, you know, this webinar today is for members of our program. We understand that some of you share links and get other salon owners on it. We will build a website for a non-member, but it's going to cost you more than double. And you'll have to call our office, and that's only if that is not going to be a priority of ours either. First, we're going to get the 27 built for our members, and then we'll work on that. I'm sorry for that, but we have a commitment to our members to make this as best as we can for them.
Another quick question: does this include handling of the newsletter?
This includes deliveries. The edits would be made by you, obviously, for your newsletter, and it includes the delivery system on your website.
We have a couple people who are trying to click the button and it's not working. Can you put the phone number back up on here, please?
Well, just go to, if you're clicking the button, just go to www.bestsalonweb, bestsalonwebsite.com. The domain name is right on your screen. Bestsalonwebsite.com. That'll take you right to the order page. And if you can't get through, here's the phone number right here, 855-756-8780. Once again, it's bestsalonwebsite.com.
Okay. All right.
Any other questions? We'll answer all your questions. We've got. Want to make sure all your questions are answered. Mark, what's the count? What's the count on the websites, Mark? Mark's tracking the count.
16.
16 are ordered.
11 left.
There's 11 left. Okay, 11 websites left, guys.
Another question, what if this is not in the budget now but want to try this in the future?
Well, there's no guarantees about pricing. So, yeah, absolutely. But our prices are constantly changing, and we can't guarantee any pricing. Anything else, John?
No, I think we've pretty much got it locked right now.
All right. So at last count, there were 11 left. There's no more questions coming in. If you have a question, just type it in, and we can answer it. To order the website, click on the yellow add to cart button, or go directly to bestsalonwebsite.com. I'll leave this page up for a few minutes. Thanks, everybody. We appreciate all the kind words too that you're sending in. Glad that you got a lot out of this information today. And like I said, I know this is a busy time of year for folks, or for you guys, hopefully. But get involved and just get your information to us when you can. The last thing we want to do is stress you out, but remember, the quicker you get this website up and online, the quicker it's going to start generating results for you. And you want to have that. You want to have that online marketing working for you as best as possible. When you combine that with good offline marketing, you've got a real home run. Alrighty, thanks everybody. We'll leave this page up for a few more minutes. All right, thanks again, everybody. We still have a handful of spots left, so if you plan on taking advantage of that, please click on the Add to Cart button or go directly to bestsalonwebsite.com. And thanks, everybody, for the really kind words. We appreciate it. We try our best to supply you guys with the very best information that we can. Keep working at it and get involved with this website. You'll be happy that you did. And if you have any questions, just simply give us a call at 855-756-8780. Thanks, everybody. Make it a great day. Bye-bye now.